Hello everyone. Now this is the second time that I've recorded this video. I recorded it the first time and did not turn my headset on, so there was no audio. So this time, audio. So I've watched through this demo now twice. 3 times technically. And so I've picked up and I guess I've refined what I'm going to do. Firstly, if the game seems a bit bright, it doesn't seem that bright to me in game. For whatever reason it records brighter than I actually see it. I have it quite dark compared to most. Now, bit of backstory. So we've played this lineup of me, TuA, Idri for quite a few games now. You know, a decent handful. We haven't lost yet. We've done well, and we've played the same style every single time. So we're quite comfortable with each other. However, we'd never played a team like this. So we were very unsure how this was going to go. And by a team like this, I mean a team that's good and a team with Frida playing like he does, because he causes a lot of problems. He's definitely the best staffer that will have played against single or staff, and so we knew he was going to cause problems. Now we played him in like a mixed prac, but with New and I think Sky or something. I can't remember who the third was, but that doesn't really count. And we've improved since then. And now they have Jador in the team, and it makes it more difficult. So you'll see us, and we're not quite comfortable or confident at the beginning, and that's going to show immediately because the first pause I'm going to do. And for them, obviously, their entire play is around Frida. He's the attacker. The other two aren't really attackers. Not the same they don't attack, but they're not attackers in the same way. Their attacking isn't going to cause us the problems. Frida is, and he's going to push people around, and he's going to kill people. And what that leads to is it's possible to overfocus on him and get backstabbed by the other two, or we get pushed around a lot, and the other two are going to have openings, and we're just going to get mauled multiple at a time. Because especially he and Jador, they're more mobile than we are. They jump around an awful lot. Now we do jump around and move, but we try to keep more together centrally. That's the idea, at least for not always, but a lot of the time. And we like to be more ground focused than they do. So what you're going to see is Frida causing the most problems. Jador isn't really a ground player. You're going to see he relies an awful lot on blocking. Basically, red and yellow. He goes straight in to block our swings. But he isn't much of an attacker. And New's going to be someone that focuses heavily on teamwork and positioning. In fact, New plays very well. I didn't realise until I watched through this. New plays a really, really good game. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to explain what we do well and badly, and then I'm going to go through and highlight different things. And I'm also going to talk about what the enemy did badly, or not as well as they could have. Now, so the cameraman shit, by the way. Pablo, awful. Like, we miss parts of the game. But anyway, we're going to come in like this. And notice, and this is like a big part of it, this is going to be a big part of what we do well, is as we're coming into main, Idri's in there first. There's New there. And New's going to swing at him half-assedly, like not in a threatening way. And then he's going to back off. And Idri doesn't chase him. Good. We want Idri here. Here. Why? Because he gets to push in anyone coming out of here, and it protects us as we come out. Basically, it means if he's here and we get behind him, we're safe. Is the idea. And so New comes in to attack TuA, and Idri straight away is like, fuck off, get away. Hits me, shit happens, we fucked it up, we both did. Like, I'm just trying to get out, and Idri's hard for him to watch everything, so it fucks up a little bit. But here's the first problem we have with our lack of confidence and not sure how they're going to play, is we get ourselves to here, like on the edge almost, and me in the corner there, or the side there, and I have to try and push my way out. And in doing so, I do okay. But I get myself in the middle and I fuck up here. He pushes him, and Idri should be pushing in closer, quicker to that middle. And he doesn't. And I get pushed away again. And I'm being isolated 2v1. And I do fuck up, and I do a bad job. I'm not blaming this on anyone. But as a team, we do an awful job of immediately not contesting the middle. And obviously at the beginning we don't know how it's going to go, and we're playing to slow down the game first and see what happens, like just to get control of it, and we do not get control, and that lack of combativeness allows them to start pushing us. We're just getting mauled, and you can see we're trying to stick together and trying to keep this middle, but it's a lack of us pushing back or challenging them. Now we're trying to survive here, and yeah, it's not too bad. TuA gets away, and I push in as TuA gets away. Notice there though, and it's only a small detail, but it is like these little things kind of add up, is I see TuA is in this corner being mobbed by these two. He attacks me, New attacks me, and I just ignore New because my focus is to support him immediately. Okay, so sorry, I'm in and out cooking because I've run out of time because I was, as I say, I've done this already. So I push in to attack there, and I'm backing off. Idri's doing a good job at isolating you there in the middle, and I go back into the middle. Idri goes back into the middle, but he gets pushed away by Frida. So just like a general, and I don't know if he's behind me. I probably do, but that's why I jump in because somebody's probably behind me, and I'm getting pushed around. And this is bad by me, by the way. That is not how I should play it. But we tried to get him in the middle and fuck him, and it did not work. But TuA does put a bit of pressure on there. TuA starts the game very well. It's me and Idri that aren't. Like, he's not doing it perfectly by any stretch, but he starts off better than we do, definitely. So TuA's in that other room, which is something that we really needed to avoid against this team. And TuA gets killed there. And what you notice is quite a few times where Idri and TuA get caught jumping away from Frida. Like, that's the second off. Yeah, I think the second, maybe even third kill that they've got from us jumping away, being pressured by them, and just getting caught out. And we're getting isolated at times like that there, and but we are punishing them at the same time. So we're making it kind of like messy. It's not control at all. They're in more control than we are. They're pushing us around, and so we killed New there because we caught him off guard. Because when the team plays as jumpy as they do, they're going to make mistakes, and they're playing very confident. TuA's doing a very good job at blocking him there and getting the kill in, but we're struggling a lot, and he's going to get killed here, I think, jumping away. And we that happens a lot, or he gets hurt a lot there. And we're not getting control of the ground here. But we are going to start slowly turning it around in a bit. See, isolated. He's on his own there, and we're here dealing with Jador. And look how pushed away we are from everything. We've grouped up here now, which is good. And TuA's come in straight away, and we're all challenging for the middle still. We did a pretty good job at challenging for the middle most of the time, apart from the times we backed off from Frida, which was probably me more than anyone else, but it happened. He gets caught jumping away again, and look, we're just getting pushed around. We're trying to backstab and support each other and fight back a little bit, but it's very difficult to play that, and you guys will have this. You guys will have this 100%. That with Frida around, you're going to be more defensive, and you're going to focus more on backstabs and countering and surviving. That is going to get you killed, and it's why we're like a bit of a mess at the moment. But we're starting to push back now. We've got a little bit more comfortable at how things are, basically. So, bleh. I jump attack Frida here. Mash him. Good hit. Idri comes in to attack New. And he gets isolated over here. But TuA's straight away to help, and I'm happy to waste this guy's time. Honestly, if I can slow him down, waste his time. If we can waste his time, the others will die. I get in a good attack there, nearly fucking hit him. But we need to get out the small room. We have more problems with the small room than anywhere else, to be quite honest. Be right back. One more. Chicken's in. Right. Okay, let's go back to this. And yeah, so I'm just contesting New and making sure that he doesn't get to just do what he wants and we get to control some space. Because there's always going to be a time when we want to back out. And if we want to back out, it's always good to have one person in this main area just holding behind, which is what I was doing. I was just making sure that New didn't get the full control of what he wanted. And this is kind of the start of the change, right? And this is kind of like what I want to highlight. So, and we do this as a team. So, TuA pushes him, I push New, New gets forced into the air. I push New again. I notice that Frida's coming and he's going to cause problems. So what do? I just go straight for him. I'm not going something massively deep, but I'm saying when you land here, I'm challenging you. And it pushes him back, and it slowed him down a little bit. And it's given everyone else time to reposition. And now he hasn't got anyone else to backstab now, or attack. So he turned around to fight me, and he wasn't getting anywhere. So he jumped away. Idri pushes straight in. TuA pushes in. We're getting pushed back, but we're fighting back a little bit more now. And we got caught out, because we got pushed back too much. I go straight in to attack him. Idri, straight in. And this is, like the last time I did the demo review, this is where I highlighted as the change. Not perfect, but this is the real change here. Because I'm like getting more comfortable, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going straight into Frida. Bang. Immediately, Idri, bang. Okie dokie. Bit of confidence here. He times that perfectly, the Jador. Like, as soon as I land and get, like, I didn't have time to fucking dodge that. So, TuA goes in for the attack there, pushes back. I'm fighting him, but I attack him a little bit. I push him back a little bit to give myself some space, and then I go straight into new. I go straight into new there, but I fucked up because I used blue. Look at that, Idri straight in there, and TuA was there straight away backing him up. I go in to try and help against Frida, but it was a crap jump. Anyway, I'm really low HP now, so I do like a long job of staying alive and trying to slow things down. But TuA, as you'll see there in the corner, was fighting back against Frida. Wasn't letting him chase him around, and he isn't getting caught out as much. He's creating more space for himself, though he did get isolated there. Idri didn't back off, didn't run away, went into him rather than away from him. Because if you push them back before you jump away and make space for yourself, then it's much harder for them to chase you down. And it also means that if they're moving backwards, it's much harder for them then to move forward and chase you, to catch you in the air. Now we're chasing him, and obviously it's a 3v1, we should be chasing him. Frida comes back, but TuA immediately, I'm just going to go back there, hello cat, immediately after, because he didn't know Frida was there, he got pushed back, straight in to attack him. I was low HP, I finally got killed. Idri was going there to help out, trying to make a bit of space for ourselves. Push. Idri got pushed back way too much, but I didn't fall back from Frida, and I got a kill on him. TuA straight in for the push, me straight in for the push, him coming in for the push immediately straight after, and also me. I get fucking backstabbed to fuck. Idri straight with the push. TuA coming in. Like, we're being way more combative and not giving them the space. We're not being as scared of them. I'm out trying to overlap. I've got low HP, so I'm trying to just make use of it. TuA straight in there with the support. And we're like, it's much, look, these guys aren't pressing. Remember at the beginning where it was Jador, often Jador and Frida just rushing down one of our players, isolating them. Not happening now. Absolutely not happening now. We're much more comfortable. We're making space for ourselves. Idri attacks New there. I didn't know New was behind me. I've got myself in a fucking corner and get myself out too. So I decide to try and get out and attack or backstab Jador at the same time. New's putting pressure onto Idri. I'm just going to see what happens here. He's just playing defensive. I was low HP. I got a trade there. I was very happy with that. TuA straight away trying to help out Idri there because he was getting mauled. And I'm going to highlight that because this is a big change and this is really good, though it may look like it's not. It's really good by TuA. So TuA falls back here and he gets caught off guard. He has nowhere to fall back to because it's a 3v2. They controlled the space. So he falls back and he's straight into to Frida. And what does he do? He doesn't back off at all. He turns around and he swings hard at him. Does a ton of damage there. Gets killed. But if he didn't do that, he'd have been killed or near dead for nothing with no trade out. So the fact that we're not backing off immediately and we're starting to support each other more directly means that we're getting much better at fighting this. Sorry, bad throat. And I'm pushing New there. That's just to go back. So we have to vote because of the frag limit. And I'm getting straight into... No, sorry, TuA's getting straight into New here. I was going to say, I don't remember that. Idri was attacking Jador, which means Jador didn't have any chance of getting anything in the air there. TuA's the one pushing him there. Jador was just countering. and TuA's the one trying to get the kill. Idri straight with the backstab. I'm in, hitting him as soon as he gets on the ground, pushing him again. Not a massive push, but challenging him. Doing it there, did some damage. I'm going to go back to see what these guys did. TuA comes in to help Idri because he gets pushed back. Fights him there. Idri, as soon as New drops, goes in for the hill. TuA straight in again. Idri was happy to fight Frida there. Look at that. We're catching them in the doorway there and we're trying to pressure them. Bang. TK. We've pressured them into a mistake. We've frustrated them into a mistake. I attacked him with a yellow there. Oh, didn't see Frida, by the way, at all until it was too late. I'm trying to challenge Jador there. I'm trying to challenge Frida there a little bit. I'm not like just running away scared. Idri attacks Frida straight away, gets a little bit of a hit. And it's this sort of combativeness. I'm really low HP, so I kind of back off for a bit of space. But I kill Jador in a second anyway. I think, do I? Any second now? Yeah. And I come straight in to help with Frida. There's no hesitation now. We're not just backing off. I go to attack New there. This is a good example of it. So I'm being backstabbed by Jador. I know he's behind me. I've seen him. And he's swinging there. Most people would back off. And a lot of the time that's going to be good. But in this scenario, I push forward. 2 reasons. Harder for someone to backstab you if you're pushing forward because they're always trying to keep up. 2, I see Frida come down. And I want to hit him. I want to push them into the corner. Why? Because look how much Frida is slowed down now. Other times when he comes in and there's no challenge, he jumps in and immediately jumps again and starts chasing after someone and gets a hit in the back because he's so quick at crossing the space when he's jumping like that. I hit him, it slowed him down, and now he's had to back off. Like his only way out was to get to kind of jump over me because he's in the space and he doesn't want to be, and he tries to jump away. And look how much more space that we get, and look how much more comfortable we look. TuA's going to push him there. Let me just go back a bit there because it's just a good example. Idri should probably push in a bit more. And I'm just attacking Jador there. I'm turning around. He gets backstabbed, but trades. They hit each other there. I go in for the attack on Frida, and I'm just like, I'm just going to slow you down now. He goes over there, and I'm straight into it, trying to help back. It was shit, but the intent was there, and I was trying to help out with that. And we're getting close to each other. I was low HP, by the way. We're trying to like help each other and make it more difficult for them. They're not pushing us around the same way as they were freely, getting isolations in. See that? Good example. I isolate New, and if I'm going to fight New, I'm going to attack him. Bang, I get the kill. At the same time, Idri's like, no, I'm going to fucking push Jador. Jador's jumping away. He's fine. And obviously, as I say, the problem is always going to be Frida because it's hard to push Frida. But Idri goes straight in to challenge him. And I'm challenging Jador there. Straight in. Fuck off, Jador. I'm trying to change Saber. Soon as New jumps in, I'm challenging him when he hits the ground. That means he can't just jump off and do something else. He can't go straight into what he wants to do. He's getting challenged. Yeah. It poorly timed, but yeah, the idea was he was trying to help Idri. Idri went in for a bit of it was only a shallow attack on Jador, but he went for an attack on Jador, create himself a bit of space. I get a sandwich, so I fuck up there. TuA doesn't get caught out in there, so this is a good example as well. In fact, I'm going to pause for a second, check my food. Ooh, was on the edge of burning there, just the edge. Now this is a good example, right? Idri, 2v1. 2v1 in the hallway against 2 singlers, and TuA's going to be 1v1ing Frida. What happens, and I'll show you exactly what happens if you focus on TuA. He's going to back off a lot because Frida comes in, rushes him. TuA backs off so he gets the range that he wants, and I talk about this on Ground Red all the time, that it's an attacking in general. Range is number one thing. Position yourself at an angle and the exact range you want to be, and then he goes straight in. He goes straight in, and there's no wiggle there, there's no spam, he doesn't crouch, he goes straight in, and he jumps away afterwards, obviously, but he hits him with the tip of the saber. And pushes him away, and it's great. And at the same time, Idri's doing this 2v1. If we can find, it's hard to see. I'm sure there was a bit more than that. Yeah, so what you saw there is Idri attacks someone, Jadar goes to hit him as he hits the ground, and then so I'll explain what happened because I have seen this a few times. Idri attacks New in a 2v1, and then he jumps away, and Jadar tries to hit him as he lands, but I think Idri clashes with him well and takes damage, and then immediately Idri attacks New again. He doesn't just fucking run away, he doesn't go in defensive, he goes immediately into another attack. And as that's happening, because Frida's dead, Terra comes in to help, immediately attacks Jadar, because obviously if Idri's attacked New is not the threat, Jadar is the threat. Terra attacks Jadar, gets away with it. New comes in for the as he's running away sort of thing, 2v1ing him. I immediately challenge New. Immediately pushes him back. Look, they're still in here. I immediately challenge Jadar as he comes in because they're wanting in. And look how much I'm slowing them down. They're getting no attack on. Idri straight away attacks him. Well, not straight, but quickly attacks him. And I go in to help. I don't want Frida to 1v1 Terra. So I go in to remind him I can backstab. I mean, I'm a shit backstabber, but I can attempt it. I go to attack New to back off there and find a bit of space. But look at that kind of difference in our approach compared to the beginning, which I'm just going to go back to the beginning and show you. Yeah, we are pressuring here a bit, but look, I'm getting chased off here. I'm in trouble, and Terra's a mile away. And Idri's not swinging at anything really. And now he's being swarmed. We're just surviving, right? And I know it's we're up against it. There was a 3v2 there, but look, we're not doing very much. I'm trying to swing at something there, but it's not very effective, and we're getting minced and pushed around. And we're just kind of trying to survive and get a bit of space. And I'm trying to support, but it's difficult. And if you compare that to what we were towards the end, where we're just kind of like, we're not being mad aggressive or anything, but we're just trying to I don't want to fight Frida because it's just a very different game, and we feel like we felt comfortable that we were going to win that round at the end of it because we were just kind of on top of it. The rhythm was the rhythm that we wanted. We weren't getting spread out as much. We weren't getting into horrible situations as much. Yeah, we fucked up. They did some good stuff to catch us out, but it wasn't the same scenario, it wasn't the same sort of fight. Now, what did we do badly? Number one, and I'm probably the most, I'm the person who did this the most, is that when in a 1v1 against Frida, I left him to go backstab someone else. And I left us in a bad shape because of it. Like, I would leave us in a really, really horrible situation. I should turn around and fight Frida. It doesn't have to be aggressive, doesn't have to be anything crazy, but I can't give up that space, and I can't put my teammates in a position that no one's watching Frida. And that's what I did. Other people did that as well, and I think we all need to do a little bit better at that. We didn't do very well at the beginning in terms of being scared of the enemy. We had to be a bit more combative. Now, I'm not saying that we should start the game how we finished, because you have to build up to that, but we need to not be so scared of them. Idri needs to learn better fighting with the tip of his saber in a way, because a lot of his swings are kind of pointless and defensive when he needs to be pushing in to push the enemy. He does a bit, but he does better towards the end, but it's kind of like he's always kind of either swinging defensively or he's right up next to them, like touching them with the model, not the saber. And that's just asking for blocks and spam and all types of shit. So we have to work on that. I think we do very well in terms of keep our solidity. We've improved a lot of our teamwork and fixed a lot of problems. We also shouldn't be going into the small room anywhere near as much, because that causes us a lot of problems. Be right back 1 sec. Okay, the food's looking good. And yeah, generally speaking, quite happy with that. I could definitely make improvements. I was quite happy that a lot of the time I controlled the middle and my ground was quite good. I need to be a bit more confident with it. It's just that I'm always, against a team like this, thinking about being backstabbed. Because I'm always kind of... we all know that I can switch off sometimes and get backstabbed. Or yellows counted and stuff like that. So I was being kind of cautious about that. But I should show a bit more... Confidence in my ground red. Yeah, and we got caught in the air running away from the enemy quite a lot because we got pressured and stuff like that. And that's a team effort, but it's also an individual one. We can't just back off and expect them not to hit us in the air. I did very well with that. I didn't get hit in the air once, but these two definitely got caught out in the air early on. Now let's talk about what they did. So I'll give you a summary of how they did. Frida attacks, and if he sees his teammate, he will use teamwork. Doesn't look around very much, so you're going to have to be on the screen or somewhere that you can see quite easily. But if he does, he will use teamwork. He is fucking blind though. Jador, non-existent teamwork. He will jump around and fuck over his teammates all the time. He doesn't look around either, he just reacts to things. And New has very, very good teamwork. I was surprised at how good New was. In his general game, he was a very, very smart player. I was impressed. Very much could be a TuA player with that red anyway, and probably with his staff, I would imagine, if he plays like that with a single. So yeah, it's all great. They attacked together and mauled together, and at the beginning we got overwhelmed. But it's going to also cost them a lot as well, and it's not worth it. So we're going to see this at the beginning. It's going to get a bit messy for them as well as for us. See, they're just jumping around. We're doing a bad job dealing with it, but it's so much mess. Focusing on the blues here, and they're pressuring us, and it's difficult. And Frida's doing a good job not jumping in stupidly here. But what we're going to start to see is New struggling to find a spot to play, because these two don't give him anything to play, and we're going to start isolating New, either in a way that we can kill the other two without New being able to help, or that we're going to be able to isolate New to kill him, and that's a lot of it. So I'm going to try and look for some good examples, because it works well for them at the beginning. They do a bunch of TKs and stuff at a certain point. This is where it's not good for us. Shit, I'm not going to be able to find a good, because I'm in a rush here and I really can't be bothered to spend too much on this. But see that Jador immediately jumps, doesn't look at all. Comes in here, doesn't look. Jumps in there, doesn't look. Like he's more in the way half the time than he is a threat. And now he's a very skilled player and he can be a big threat. But at a certain point, without talking to each other, we highlight two things. We highlight Frida is the big threat in terms of pushing and causing us difficulties one-on-one. You can see these two pushing together, and Frida gets the kill there. And the other thing that we notice is that they get so messy, those two together, because Jador's jumping around, and New's, as I said, New can't get into the game. So you're going to see New get pushed out, and he's going to be fighting. See this? He's going to be fighting me here. He's not going to get involved with those two because he can't find any space to attack, because Jador changes his position so often that New can't find a solid position to play from. So he just keeps turning around and fighting me. Now, you notice one of them dies, he jumps in. Not just to help, but because, I can find some space now to fight. And he fights very well with Frida. These two have very good teamwork together, because New is constantly finding the right position and angle to play with. And Frida will see that, because he can see him position himself a way around. But with Jador around, it's very difficult, and these three aren't working well together. I'm not finding very good examples because I'm rushing through. Like that, that's a good example. Like this whole thing. So if I go from here, they've got their triangle, right? You're over here, he's in the middle, watching, waiting for his time, and he's attacking him. He jumps in as he jumps out, which is fine. They're changing places, so he goes into the middle. And he runs over to Frida, which helps towards his death, and then he immediately jumps into New. New's just holding a position. New's doing what he should be doing. He's keeping me there. I'm struggling to get involved and help with Frida. But no, and he comes to jump in, and now we're in control. And we were 3 frags behind, and now we're just 1 frag behind. And that makes a big, that helps make a big difference. And that they're just, look at that kind of jump there, for example. It makes it easier on us. So Idri, fuck me, did I not pause at the right time? I'm like, my clicking ability is absolutely shit. There. So he's in the middle of these two. So if this guy needs, like, you'd expect him to keep this side and this guy pushing, and he'd get caught out. No, they jump into each other. Or they jump over each other. And Idri has a way out now. Instead of somebody being here and it's a problem, no problem. And now, yeah, Jador realizes his position he should be in and jumps across, but it's too late. And now we're stable. And yeah, it's if you compare the beginning to the end, like New is so much less involved directly, like with the group fight, than he was at the beginning. But if you see him at the beginning, when he's especially when he spends time with Frida, his positioning is very, very good, and he plays very, very well. But they're going to have to change some stuff up to make this work properly. And the reason why I'm highlighting this is because you guys have got to be able to start highlighting this when you're playing against teams. Like, you don't have to talk about it, you don't have to mention it, but as an individual, you've got to understand, this is where the pressure's coming from, and this is where their mess or their problems. So Frida is our problem, but this, that mess, we see where they're getting in each other's way, is their problem. So we've got to highlight their problem and our problem. Get away from ours and try and abuse theirs. And there's different ways of abusing theirs for different problems for different teams. And I think we did a pretty reasonable job at abusing theirs in this one. You know, getting some value out of it. Because they're just getting each other's way so much more. He did well there, though. That was good. I don't think I'm going to find any more examples, am I? Hey, Peggy. See, they're getting in each other's way there. You saw us going into the tunnel. And yeah, Terry gets away without any problems. It's not really an effective way of fighting. And so yeah, that's basically it. It's gone on longer than it should have. But fuck it. I'm tired and I've been cooking. Peace out.